Page 10, swinging along. At the top of page 10, they're talking about musical terms and a little bit about the history. Just know that musical notation has evolved over hundreds of years to what we have today. There's all kinds of reasons for it, and it's interesting reading. If you want to go read all about it, you can do that too. The point is, a lot of the terms we use as far as the words and things go are in Italian. Don't have to be. There's no rule says it has to be. It could be whatever. But most of the time they're in Italian. It's handy because no matter what country you're from or what language you speak, you're seeing the same terms. And so you can learn those and know what they are. They give you a list of them at the bottom of page 11. You'll need to know most of them, and you can always look up the ones you don't know when you have to. It's no big deal. But we're going to use them so much, I'm going to talk about them so much, hopefully in time you'll just learn them. I would not try and sit down and just memorize that list. If you're the kind of person who enjoys doing that, knock yourself out. But I would see that list and think, ugh, this ain't for me. Don't worry about it. We're going to talk about these quite a bit. In singing along, you see at the very beginning of this, above the top staff, the word giocoso. It's giocoso. And in Italian, according to the list, it means happily, merrily, yay, we're all good today, have a drink, whatever. It's telling you the mood of the piece. Now, typically, the instructions at the beginning are going to tell you how fast to go. They're going to give you an idea of how fast you should take it. But in this case, they're telling you the mood of the piece. And sometimes music will do that. And you decide, based on the mood, how fast you're going to go. You'll notice there's no metronome marking here. Could be. Sometimes they do both. I don't know. No rule says one way or the other. But that's what that is. Now, if you look at the top staff, just go under it just a little bit. And you see an MF with some dashed line. Okay. The dashed line shouldn't be there. That's just something they put in. That's not important. What is important is the MF. If you look at your list, you'll see MF is mezzo forte, and it means medium loud, which is sort of loud. Kind of loud? Yeah. How loud is that? I don't know. You decide, because it's all relative. It's all subjective. It's all, well, in one situation it's going to be so loud, and in another situation it's going to be louder than that, or another situation it's going to be softer than that. You just have to adjust. It's sort of loud. It's not loud. It's sort of loud. And it'll continue to be that way until you get another instruction, which is they're giving you a dashed line, and I'm saying the dashed line shouldn't be there because you won't see that. They're telling you to keep that medium forte going, medium loud going, for those two measures. Well, the reason for that is because if you look at the third measure, there's a P, and that's a new instruction. So now P stands for piano or soft. So now you're going to play softly. Again, the dashed line shouldn't be there. It's just the soft. So you get down to the second line, and that's an MP. Well, an MP is mezzo piano, which is sort of soft. So you have soft, sort of soft, sort of loud, loud, whatever. And again, I don't know how loud those are. You'll have to decide. All we know is that the first two measures is a certain loudness. The next two measures is softer than that. And then the next measure, the next line will be a little louder than that, but not as loud at the beginning. You have to experiment. So do what you can with that. They're marked in various places. Again, the dotted lines should not be there. You're just going to take the instructions they give you and go with it until you get new instructions. It's a little misleading with a dotted line. I don't like that. If you look at the top of page 11 in the first measure, there's an F with a dotted line, but the dotted line only goes for one measure. So you're thinking, okay, I'm only loud for a measure, and then what? No. You're loud for the whole line until you get to a different thing, which in the next line you see a PP, a pianissimo, which is very soft. So in the first line on page 11, you're loud, however loud that is. In the next line, you're very soft, really soft. Not as soft as you can play, but very soft, because they're softer than that. And then in the next line, you've got other things. So forget the dotted lines. Those are meh. Just follow the instructions until you get to something else. Now, if you look at page 11 at the bottom, the last line, the last two measures, you will see right above the bottom staff, there's an RIT period and a dotted line. Again, the dotted line is useless. Forget the dotted line. It's the RIT period. Now, if you look at the list, you'll see that is an abbreviation for retardando, which means gradually slow down. So they're telling you at the at that point, from there, the counting 1, 2, however fast you're counting, you're going to gradually count slower. Run to, it's like a watch or a clock running down. All right. When I play with a metronome, I can't do that because the metronome don't retard ondo. So we have to just keep going. But when you play it, slow down. So if I do the last line without the metronome, it's this. I'm going to slow down like that. Because typically you'd play this merrily, you're not going to play it. That's not merrily, that's sadly. So play it. Have fun with it. Sing it if you want to. And that'll give you an idea how fast to take it. This is in 3/4 time, so we're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We're still in that C position. That's pretty much all I have to say about that, I think. Let's try this out slowly. Not as slowly as we've been going. I'm going to speed it up, metronome up a little bit, but it's still going to be slower than it would go. Learn to play it with me slowly, one hand at a time if you have to for a while, and then gradually build up the speed. Please don't be in a hurry to go on through the book. Take the time to get this. If it takes a week or two, fine. Spend a week or two learning this piece. Go back to the other pieces prior to this page and play those again. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to just play it once and then zoom on through. Have fun with these. Enjoy them. All right, put your hands where they go. C position. I'll give us 3 counts and we'll begin. 1, ready, go.